Hey everyone, this is Dan Bell, and this is my video tour of the Eastpoint Mall, located in Baltimore, Maryland.
Got a light?
All right, I'll get straight to the point. My wife had gone to sleep, and I exposed myself.
Simon, wait.
Girls. I exposed myself.
Hello everybody, welcome back to the Dead Mall series. Here is the food court of the Eastpoint Mall in Baltimore, Maryland. My hometown and current address. Let's go have a look around. Getting a little look here of the menu at the Italian eatery. We have pizzas and pastas and salads. Looks delicious, but right next door you have this place which is closed down. Actually, all along this wall here, everything is closed. Now, this mall opened in the 1950s. It started as an outdoor mall with walkways to each store. It used to have a Herschel Cohen's and a Hutzler's, and eventually in the 1970s they enclosed it and turned it into this mall here. So we're getting a look at the food court here, which is kind of weird because this area here is 3 levels. There's a level upstairs and a level downstairs, but just in this one area. Nobody answered the phone. What a pity. Anyway, back to the food court. It's 3 levels. Upstairs there's a office space. Downstairs is a really creepy bathroom and an arcade that's I've never seen open before. The reason that this is 3 levels, this used to be the Hutzler's. So Hutzler's department store was here. They closed in 1984, and later on the mall reimagined the Hutzler's and turned it into the food court. So that is why you have this open air concept here with the square in the middle and the light coming through. It's very pretty. Now we're going to head down this way. And this is the main corridor of the mall. But before we go down there, we're going to hang a right and go down this section of the mall, which is probably the worst off of the entire building. It's pretty dead down here. So let's go have a look around. Here we have a jewelry pagoda with lots of different rings and earrings and wedding rings and bracelets. And also you can get grills here. But I don't know how she would do grills. You have to like mold your teeth. Does she do that? I don't know. Here's an Auntie Anne's. They have this location here, and then they have another location down at the other end of the mall. And down at the end of this corridor here is a department store called Gabe's. However, Gabe's only takes up part of the building, so you have to enter from the outside. And Gabe's is a discount clothing store, name brands, discount prices, home goods, stuff like that. During the Halloween season, this is also a haunted attraction. A haunt you can come in and walk through and be chased by goblins and ghosts and whatever else you can imagine. Clowns with chainsaws. Here's the Perry Hall Crafts and Collectibles show. And it's nothing going on there. And you can see this whole corridor here is pretty much dead. But where the haunt is at the end used to be like a craft store / antique store, but I remember it being more crafty. And it really didn't have stuff that I was really interested in. Even the antiques were kind of like blah. So that was there for a while. Years ago, and then it shut down and turned into the Bennett's Haunt, or Bennett's Curse, I think it's called. And this is an old wing here. Here's one of the outdoor exits, and when you go out there, it's like kind of a corridor, and it says, "Thank you for shopping at Eastpoint Mall." There's a dental office too, not open.
This affair for like 5 years, okay, but you can't tell anybody. Fucking stupid asshole!
I'm sorry. I was trying to pick up those lovely ladies, and unfortunately, I got nervous and got gas, which happened. What is this rat trap? And the security guard was guarding the rat trap, and I'm not sure why there was a rat trap in the middle of the mall, but I'm assuming maybe there's a rat somewhere running around the rat of Eastpoint Mall. Now we're headed down. This is sort of the center area of the mall right here. And there is a Cinnabon right there, as you can see. But the Cinnabon is no longer open. It has closed since the last time I was at the mall. And here on the left, down the corridor, which we're going to go down here in a moment, is where J.C. Penney is. And we're going to head down that way in just a moment. But you can see the Cinnabon is closed. And you get looks from people in this place. Very strange. Even though I'm not holding a camera, I still get looks like I am holding one. I like this store. Very simple. They're like, what are our choices here? What are we going to call this? Just call it Choice. Choice. Hey, Choice. You've got choices at Choice. Some empty pagodas. And this very large empty space right here. Here's the Auntie Anne's right here. And I gotta say, Auntie Anne's pretzels are so good. They're really, really good. They're just like buttery, delicious, salty, wonderful things. Not an everyday food, but a treat whenever you go to the mall. And many people don't go to the mall that often these days. So a treat when you go to the mall. An Auntie Anne's pretzel. Here's a post office, and they have, the strange thing is it was a weekday and the post office was not open. So very strange indeed. Here is the great cookie, a very vintage retro front to this place. Probably, I'm going to guess the 1980s, but I probably will be scolded and told I'm wrong. But I'm looking at it, 80s, 90s. I'll just say 80s, 90s, but it looks like 80s to me. But what a wonderful thing to see, because storefronts like that are becoming more rare every day. There really aren't that many brands in here. There's a mixture of brands and sort of off-brand local business kind of places. Looks like even some spots here like this, looks like they wanted to open it and it never happened. Now, there is Burlington Coat Factory. On the other side of Burlington in the same building was a Value City Furniture. That has closed, which is crazy because Value City Furniture has been at this mall for years. So we're back over where the food court is, and right off the food court is where Sears used to be. Now, this used to be Sears right here, and now it's called DP Home Furnishings. DP is also isn't it a sex act? Strange thing to call your furniture store. So here we are inside DP, and we're looking around at the furniture, which is it's a little bland for me, the furniture in here. But this was where the Sears is, and in a moment we're going to go back in time to January 5th, 2018, and we're going to sneak into the Sears as it was closing. Now, this is still inside of DP up on the wall. This is the Associate Excellence thing. This was a Sears thing. And here we are in Sears on January 5th, 2018. And we are going to have a little look around. Now, let me tell you what happened. I was at the mall, and it was a very cold day. Sears was not supposed to shut down. It was supposed to still be open. So I was going to go in and film Sears. When I got to the mall, it was closed. They wound down and shortened the closure and had all of this merchandise still left inside the store. So I went outside, and there was just a gaggle of people from, I guess, from the Sears Corporation, or maybe people who worked at this store. And I thought, well, they're all dressed in just regular clothes. Maybe if I just walk through, they won't even notice. And they didn't. So I just walked in and walked through the people and made it look like I was on a mission to do something. And it worked. Nobody asked me anything. And so I went in and started to film. And I was just thinking to myself, how often do we get to see the other side of the gate? How often have I seen the other side of the gate to an open mall with people looking through it, which you'll see here in a moment. I go back to the gate. Very strange. This is the, of course, home goods, bedding, stuff like that. And here's the couple coming to look, because everybody was kind of surprised. People still wanted to shop, but the Sears had closed and canceled their sale early, the liquidation sale. And to this day, I don't know why, but yeah, gone. Here's Craftsman, which is no longer owned by Sears, the name Craftsman. And I'm just being very, very cautious because there are people standing about doing things. Mostly it was a lot of paperwork and marking boxes and stuff like that. And I said, if somebody sees me with this phone out filming, they're going to start to ask questions. I'm going to have to run. Here is this machine, which I think is a dehumidifier. Perhaps, maybe something happened. They got water in the store. I don't know, but everything was winding down here at Sears. You can see this sign here. If carton appears to be tampered with, enter claim immediately with the carrier. And I guess maybe that's what they were doing, was getting ready to pack all this stuff up in trucks and distribute it to other stores. Of course, in 2018, there was a lot more stores than there are now. I believe there's only 8 or 9 Sears stores as of 2025. And all the Kmarts are now gone. So this is really kind of depressing to see this brand that at one time was an American icon. You used to be able to buy a house at Sears. There are Sears homes pretty much across the entire country. If you go online and search Sears homes in your community, you can go see one. You could get a custom home from Sears. You get a lot, get water, Sewage, electricity, Sears comes and they build your home. Right off a truck. Amazing. But not anymore. This is the sad footage right here of really the end of an era. This was me escaping, walking out the door with these workers. And I made it through without without any trouble. Here's a man throwing stuff into the dumpster. Later on that day, the lift cherry picker over here went up and took down the Sears signs off the building. And those were hauled away for scrap. And just before I go, the video glasses that I used to film this episode, when I took them out and started filming on them, and then I put them in the computer, look, this footage was on here of them being assembled over in China. Anyway, thank you very much, everyone, for watching. I'll see you next time. Make sure you follow me on Instagram at This Is Dan Bell.